Welcome to the Village of Norridge regular board meeting, Wednesday, June 10th. Meeting is now called to order. Roll call, please.
President Chmura.
Here.
Trustee Kucharski.
Here.
Trustee Tannhauser.
Here.
Trustee Solomowski.
Here.
Trustee Pellegrino.
Here.
Trustee Gregorio.
Here.
Trustee Gelsomino.
Present.
Clerk Budnick. Absent. Joanna Spokane in her absence.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Need a motion to approve and adopt the minutes of the regular meeting of May 27, 2015 as presented and published. That may be part of the record.
So moved, Mr. President.
Trustee Dominic Solomowski, second trustee Tannhauser, vote please. Okay, who's nine? We need an electrician. 6-0 motion carries. Thank you. Nothing in the president's report, but what I'm going to do is at this point turn the meeting over and introduce Anthony Lupo, who's the president of Norridge Cares. He will be doing a presentation of the 2015 Norridge Cares Earl J. Field Memorial Scholarship winners. Anthony, would you please step up?
I just want to say thank you to the board for inviting us here and having us here this evening. Norridge Cares, just a brief overview about who we are. We started as United Way and transferred into Norridge Cares. It was something that Earl Field, our former president and resident of Norridge, was also the president of Norridge Cares. He started it. We've been going for about 11 years now. This is our 11th year giving out scholarships. When he passed in 2009, we tried to carry on his spirit, his generosity, and continue to give these awards. We named the award after him. He was a big supporter of the youth of our town, so it's something we've tried to carry on since then. As I said, this is our 11th year giving out these scholarships. We've given out approximately $120,000 now. We're very proud of what we're doing and very proud of all the applicants. Congratulations. So I'm going to call your name as I do come forward. You can have your certificate, and please be seated after that. Okay. Rachel Berry. Kristen Camilleri. Morgan Grevlari. Deanna Hans. Congratulations. Sebastian Lacala. Francesco Lombardo. Andrew Lorscheider. Matthew Mendoza. Catherine Richardson. And Stephanie Santucci. Once again, thank you all. Congratulations and good luck in your future.
we'll do cake and pictures after the annual board meeting.
Anthony Lupo's a little bashful because there's a few other things that Norridge Cares has achieved over the last year. They played a very big part in the Kevin Moore fundraiser, and that created some real good assistance to him and his family. Also, the fire victims that we had when that house burned, we also pitched in and had some clothing drives that we organized in different things. So Norridge Cares has branched out a little bit from scholarships, just like we know that Earl Field would want us to do. So we're out there trying to help all the residents and the families. So he leads the Norridge Cares, so he deserves a big hand. Okay, we will move on with the meeting. Committee reports, finance, license, contracts. Trustee Gregorio.
Thank you, Mr. President. As a matter of information, we renewed a CD valued at $200,000, and it was May 24th, 2015, at an interest rate of 1.45%. The new maturity date is April 24th, 2016. Under action items, consider to be given to motion that the village board approve the proposed village budget for the fiscal year May 1st, 2015 to April 30th, 2016, and that it be referred to the Law and Ordinance Committee to adopt the necessary ordinance.
Second.
Motion Gregorio, seconded by Kucharski. Vote please. 6-0, motion carries.
Okay, are there any questions or modifications to my agenda B and C? Hearing none, I'd like to make a motion to accept the finance agenda as presented.
Motion Gregorio, second motion was Tannhauser. Vote please. 6-0, motion carries. Thank you.
That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you, Trustee Gregorio. Public Works, we have nothing at this point. Law, Ordinance, and Economic Development. Trustee Pellegrino.
Thank you, Mr. President. Under discussion, I don't have anything on my agenda, but under action items, I'd like to make a motion to approve as noted A, B, and C.
Second.
Motion Trustee Pellegrino, second Trustee Gelsomino. Vote please. 6-0, motion carries.
And now I'd like to make talk about the item D. That was a situation where the board made a vote unanimously to give Mr.
A through G, and the item you're going to talk about is this D.
Oh, okay.
So let's
I missed one.
back.
Just, well, you already did, you did ABC, so just do D and E.
Yeah.
So,
D and E, but I'd like to explain that that's where Mr. Solis,
Mr. Salvo.
he came in and he presented a situation to us at the Architectural Review Board to not have hardy board on his home. He wanted to match everything with the aluminum siding, not aluminum siding, excuse me, vinyl siding, but we don't allow the aluminum. And he was unanimously voted against, excuse me, it was half and half, but it was against him. So at this meeting, I'd like to make a motion to grant his petition and let him do the.
So you're, no, that's just E, and we're granting the request that he uses the aluminum siding. The vinyl.
What I said.
You're confusing me now. Yes means that we're granting it, and no means we're not. Seconded by.
I'll second.
So Trustee Solomowski. So it's first by Trustee Pellegrino, second by Trustee Solomowski. A yes vote means we're granting it. 6-0, motion carries.
Make sure D was unanimous.
We're going back to D, okay? We did A, B, C, now we gotta go back to D.
Right. I'd like to make the motion to have that D was noted.
Okay, so, motion by
Second.
Trustee Pellegrino to approve D, second by Trustee Solomowski. Vote please. 6-0, motion carries.
Okay, Mr. President, that is all I have.
Take a rest. Water Department, Trustee Canales.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have nothing under discussion. Under action item B's, I have A through E. If anybody has any questions or modifications, I'd like to make a motion.
Second.
Motion Trustee Canales, second Trustee Solomowski. Vote please. 6-0, motion carries.
That's it, Mr. President.
Thank you, Trustee Canales. Police, Trustee Kucharski.
Under discussion,
I would just like to say the police contract is moving along very nicely. And on my action items, I'd like to make a motion to accept A.
Second.
Motion by trustee Kachowski, second by trustee Gregorio. Vote please. 6-0, motion carries.
That's it.
Village Properties, trustee Gelsomino.
At this time, nothing, Mr. President.
Thank you. Transportation, Parking, ONCC, Lightning Project, trustee Solomowski.
At this time, Mr. President, I have nothing.
You have nothing, okay? Anything on the work desk at this point?
No, I do have to meet with trustees Gelsomino and Felgaro to discuss, and I want to schedule a meeting with them for next week.
Okay. Does that have to do with the traffic around Lee? Is that what you're?
Oh, no, that the traffic for
Is that another situation you're waiting to get some more information on?
the more information is the letter that Assistant Chief or Deputy Chief Disselhorst recommending the stop signs around Giles School. To discuss with that, I believe I asked Kathy Gaze here to send everybody a copy of the recommendation from Chief Disselhorst for their review, and I can talk to
That other one has to do with those streets we've been talking about.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Okay. Thank you, trustee
You're
Solomowski. General acting clerk Joanna Stupian.
The president makes assignments to the village board committees and makes various appointments, including to village boards, committees, and commissions for the fiscal year May 1st, 2015 to April 30th, 2016, as detailed on the attached sheets. A motion to concur with the president's assignments and appointments.
Do we need a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Trustee Gelsomino, seconded by trustee Tannhauser. Vote please. 6-0 motion. 6-0 motion carries. All we have at this time, comments from the public. Anybody who would like to come up and speak?
Ricardo Moore, 8120 Winona. Last year, August 23rd, 2014, I sent you a letter, Mr. Chamorro, regarding the water rate minimum and the garage sale permit fee. Happy to see that you guys finally lowered the garage sale fee, something reasonable, 10 and 10. Thought you guys could have gone lower than that, but if you won't hear any more argument from me, if somebody else wants to take up that argument, I'll let them do that. The minimum water usage, in the letter I cited that it's my contention that about 45 to 50% of the people in Norridge are using less than the 8,000 gallons and basically subsidizing the people who are using over, and that's one way we're able to keep the water rates down. I followed that up with a letter to the editor saying the same thing. I looked at the website here. On April 1st, 2015, there's a letter posted about the water rate changes. It's signed by Daniel Taushauser. And I'll just read this line here. It says, the Village of Norridge is strongly opposed to this increase, especially given the challenging economic times we're all facing. The Village of Norridge, along with other suburban communities, continually address the rate increases with the City of Chicago. The Village will continue to fight on your behalf for any unjust increases imposed by the city. We remain committed to giving you excellent water service at the lowest possible rate. That's not completely true if you're charging people for water they don't use.